morning, drafters and people who are following draft. Happy Friday. We're gonna be on week 2 of the BRDL recap here. Like I said to the drafters in this group, I might not be able to do the video on this every single week just to my work being so crazy with the schedule. But yeah, I'm here right now and I can do this today. So I thought I would go ahead and yeah, recap what happened in week 2. Now, there wasn't anything too extraordinary in week 2, but I will say that Blade got an absolutely monstrous win, in my opinion. So just knowing where Blade comes from in terms of skill and experience and what I've seen, I think this was a huge week for him. So and then of course Jace proving me wrong once again. That his Rain team is not slowing down at any time soon. Jayme, his team, again, nobody is slowing this team down. It's pretty hyper offensive. Nobody seems to have the offense to deal with it or the walls to deal with it. And then Scotty just prepping really well, just bringing really great teams. He, in his matches, I'm just noticing nobody is really prioritizing rocks. And if you're not going to prioritize rocks against that type of team, I mean, you're gonna let Charizard Y do what it wants, right? So, but yeah. Anyways, we'll hop into the matches here. We'll do a little bit of a recap. Now, I've watched some of the matches a couple times over, so I can. I'm just really gonna talk over them. I'm not going to be doing like play-by-play. It's a little bit hard to follow when the replays are going so fast. But the first match we're gonna look at here is Scotty, Itchy Eyes, and Shoghi Showtime. So, like I said, guys, Scotty's just been prepping really well and bringing really good teams, and Shoghi's been utilizing that dual weather here. So let's see how he. Oh, whoops! I got this on fast here. My bad. Yeah. Okay. So for this, in terms of leads, I don't really see any problem just going Chinchino. Chinchino outspeeds his entire team unless it's scarfed. That way he could scout a scarf. That is the best lead that I see, just because, like, if Thunderous comes in, you don't really want to lead Mandibuzz, you don't really want to lead Charizard. You could lead Jirachi, although you fear the knockoff and the Gallade lead. The Earthquake from Hippowdon, depending what Silvally this is. It could be Silvally Fire, or Silvally Ground, that could be trouble, or Silvally Dark. So yeah, I really like the Chinchino lead for Scotty here. As for Shoghi, I really think he just needs to set up the Veil. He obviously brought two strong wall breakers here in Charizard Y and Golurk. Bandit, Golurk, Poltergeist, probably 2-hit KOs his entire team. So having that Veil up is really going to help his team and making sure that he's slowing down Scotty here. Not only that, the Hippowdon lead, setting up rocks, would be really important. It would put Scotty in a position to play defensive. And it wouldn't allow Charizard to come in. Generally, people don't want to send in a Charizard with rocks up, so it's going to make him play around and try and get Mandibuzz in safely. If not, Mandibuzz will be taking some serious chip, and again, this is going in Shoghi's favor if he is able to do that. So, starting off the leads here. So, Scotty leads Charizard. So, okay, here... Yeah, so he has Silvally. Oh, Silvally Flying. Why does he have Silvally Flying? I guess for the Amoonguss, but... So does Scotty have any other... Where is Scotty? Flying. I guess a Poliwrath. I don't know. I don't really agree with the Silvally Flying, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, he leads with Silvally Flying here, so I mean, Silvally's pretty bulky. He could probably take a Flamethrower or Fire Blast, but I don't know what this Silvally's gonna do. I mean, I've seen the battle. I didn't know what Silvally was gonna do. So he goes for this T-Wave here. Now he misses. This is actually really bad for Shoghi here. That T-Wave miss really sucks. If he did that, that would have slowed down this Charizard a lot more. But again, yeah, Shoghi's not setting up rocks, so this Charizard really doesn't care. He's just going to come in and click Fire Blast or Flamethrower in most cases. So even if he was T-Waved, I mean, really, it's not that big a deal. If he didn't outspeed Hippowdon, that's different. But I think he still outspeeds Hippowdon with the T-Wave, unless Shoghi's got EVs in speed. But like, you know, Thundurus outspeeds it, Ninetales outspeeds it, Mega Gallade outspeeds it. So the T-Wave really wasn't that big a deal in my opinion. And the Dracozolt outspeeds it under Sand. So the T-Wave, it doesn't make a big difference to me. I would have definitely liked to seen rocks go up first or something. If not, just straight up attack this Charizard, because I mean, he sent it out first. You might as well just get rid of it. You can't really switch into it at this point, so. But yeah, he's gonna take a Weather Ball. It's basically gonna kill him. Yeah, I guess you send in Hippowdon. Scotty makes a double switch here into Golurk, which was crazy. This gave his team so much momentum. This is like a winning play. He was able to put pressure on this Hippowdon now. Yeah, so he Poltergeist here, which does a crap load to Hippowdon. So if we go to the calculator really quick here, Golurk. Golurk. Go Wall Breaker. Hippowdon. Whoops. Let's say Physical Wall. Let's see what this is. 43 to 51. So this definitely wasn't a fully defensive invested Hippowdon, because that did a lot more. So that did 62. So this is some other spread of EVs here. I am assuming special defense to deal with this Charizard Y. But yeah, so Golurk basically it kills the Hippowdon here. Now this is what I don't understand. So he has two flying mons here. He doesn't really have reliable recovery on his team. Rocks is super important here. He's already put the pressure on you offensively. Setting up rocks here, yeah, you would have lost the Hippowdon here. Well, no, sorry. You wouldn't have lost the Hippowdon, but you wouldn't have got the Toxic on Golurk. So sure, you would have left Golurk staying in longer. But the thing is like, you are putting the rest of his team on the back burner here. Once you get those rocks up, that Charizard Y, he doesn't want to come in. So this is slowing down Scotty's team a lot more, and it would allow Shoghi some breathing room, because Scotty would be trying to find a way to get those rocks off the field. So I didn't really agree with the Toxic here, but so he goes into Silvally as an intelligent sack here, so he can get in a free switch on this Golurk. Scotty does a good job here in just leaving in Golurk, scouting out what this Thundurus wants to do. Just in case it wants to set up, he has that Golurk staying in. Smart play. So he sets up the Grass Knot and KOs the Golurk. See, this is great. So if that was rocks and not a Toxic, and he did that exact same play, now this Chinchino is going to be taking damage. This Charizard Y is not going to want to come in. He's going to be forced to try and get Mandibuzz in more often, because, I mean, Charizard's not going to want to take Rock Chip. It's 50%. Chinchino really doesn't want to continuously be taking Chip. Amoonguss doesn't care too much because of the Regenerator, but this is what I'm saying. Like, it would force him to go into things like Jirachi, Amoonguss, and Mandibuzz, which he has way better things to deal with it. Mega Gallade being able to deal with Jirachi, Thundurus being able to deal with both Mandibuzz and Amoonguss, depending if he has Psychic. Ninetales to some extent being able to deal with Amoonguss and Mandibuzz, as long as the Ninetales has Blizzard. So this, yeah. So what I've seen here already is what I explained in the beginning. Is this Chinchino outspeeds his entire team, so this is kind of an issue for Shoghi. He's trying to figure out a way to outspeed this Chinchino here. So they dance around this Chinchino a bit. He gets this Dracozolt in. So I did check on this. The Fire Fang does do a little bit more to defensive Amoonguss than a Bolt Beak. I did think Bolt Beak was just the better option there since it would cover everything, but Fire Fang does a little bit more, and that's fine. So he finally gets in the Ninetales. He gets spored, which really sucks. Just Shoghi's having a hard time right now. I feel bad. He's probably like, fuck me. He can't deal with the Chinchino. He's getting spored with the Amoonguss. Charizard Y is coming in for free. Oh, that's a bulky Mandibuzz. Holy mama. Yeah, so he sacks the Mandibuzz. I mean, it's not a big deal. Mandibuzz really wasn't going to do a whole lot this match. It was destroyed by, you know, Dracozolt, Thundurus, and Ninetales. So, and Shoghi's already lost Hippowdon, so rocks aren't going up. So Mandibuzz, I mean, he could sack it. Do I think he needed to sack it? No. I think he totally could have just went the Amoonguss here to scout out if this Thundurus has Psychic or not, but I guess the Amoonguss wouldn't be able to do much back, and then he would be able to set up Nasty Plot, and I think that's what we see here. Is it? Or does he? No, he goes in the Chinchino, forces the Thundurus out again. Yeah, so they dance around the Chinchino a bit. Okay, so here's the turning point here, okay? Shoghi gets in Gallade. He gets a free Swords Dance, okay? All he needs to do is click Zen Headbutt here or Psycho Cut. That's all he needs to do, and he's gonna be in the lead here. Instead, he clicks Knockoff. I guess he was expecting a Jirachi switch, but just the position that you're in right now, you just need to click a safe move. Because if the Jirachi does come in, you're gonna outspeed it anyways, and you just knock off. But knockoff is not gonna KO the Amoonguss, and it's not gonna KO. Maybe it would KO Charizard. I'm curious about that now. Charizard. Why? Oh, not Gmax. Mega Gallade. It's 2? I don't think it does. Yeah, knockoff doesn't kill the Charizard Y either, so the play there, I think, yeah, it's Zen Headbutt or Psycho Cut. Maybe he's worried about the miss, but he needs to kind of go for broke, and maybe he thought that read was going for broke, but he definitely could have won off of this right now, because he would have been able to KO the Amoonguss, which was kind of holding back his Thundurus a little bit here, if the Thundurus didn't have Psychic. So, and then it would have forced Chinchino to go in and try and KO this Gallade. And then he gets foul played and he gets KO'd. So really, really tough. I think Shoghi was feeling the pressure a little bit here. Goes for a last ditch effort, trying to set up the screens. But Scotty's got the Jirachi, Cosmic Power, Stored Power in here, which is just going to be too much for the rest of this Thundurus and Ninetales here. As you can see, it just Stored Powers the rest of his team. So yeah, really strong match by Scotty again. He's just bringing really well prepped and thought out teams. So tough match for Shoghi, but I mean, Shoghi's got a good team, and I think Shoghi's a good player. I don't think he's going to be, you know, on this losing streak or anything like that. So, but match 2, we have Phil versus Lucas. Phil being laid back, Lucas being LP Styles. So me and Lucas talked about this matchup a little bit. What did I say to him? I can't remember. I think, oh, this was the match where I said, where I thought Rotom, Heat, and Volcanion would both come, just because they were strong for his team. But I did say Rotom is just like an absolute problem for his team, and to make sure he saves Manectric's Lightning Rod for at least one chance. Sends in Greninja first. Jesus. Okay, so he sends in Greninja first. This is why I said I wasn't gonna do play-by-play, and I was just gonna talk over it. Yeah, tough call there. He sends in Greninja. Sceptile comes out first. Sceptile's faster. Forces the... Okay. I just can't quite recall this match. Okay, so he He forces out the Sceptile, right? Goes into Gliscor. And he goes into the Manectric. So you went through Sceptile. I'm just confused about the play. So if he had Moltres in, oh, maybe he thought Empoleon was gonna come out and he doubled into Manectric, except Gliscor is in, and Phil doubled out to Empoleon. I don't know. Anyways, right here, I feel like Lucas megaed a little bit too early. He didn't even need to intimidate this Empoleon. I think you just stay in your Manectric form. You save that that Lightning Rod for the Rotom Heat, which I'm sure we will see later. So he megas. He hidden powers. Yeah, so he's getting red a little bit here. The Empoleon's not going to do anything to the Manectric. I probably just would have hidden powered Ice again. Especially knowing that the Sceptile's already been megaed and Gliscor's out there. I mean, one of those had to be coming in. I would have definitely just hidden power Iced again. Especially considering Lucas likes to play read heavy. I was very surprised with that Volt Switch. Yeah, so this boosted Sceptile is gonna freaking hurt. He ends up losing his Moltres here, which is really bad. Because he's got 2 Stealth Rock setters here that can set up rocks, and you know, Phil can kind of just dance around his team at this point if he wanted to. Sends out Mew. Oh, okay, yeah. So Lucas got some coverage on his Mew. Phil's very smart. He didn't need to take any chances there. He didn't need to save the boost. He just switched out to Empoleon just to see what this Mew was going to do. Sets up the rocks, which is, again, smart. Like I just said, Moltres going down, that should be the immediate thing that Phil does here to get this free chip damage that Lucas is not going to be able to deal with. So Lucas has Manectric in here. He forces it out into Rotom. I'm a little bit confused about I like the Snarl. So I like the Snarl. I like that addition because it's going to slow down the Rotom Heat and potentially the Sceptile and Gengar. It's going to hurt. So, but he gets the Toxic on the Manectric here, which is kind of shitty for Lucas because now that Manectric is going to be building up Toxic and Stealth Rock here. Phil's just playing really well right now. He's playing around his threats. The only thing here is I think he let the Rotom take a little bit too much chip damage. Considering how important, in my opinion, Rotom is this match, I just feel like a little bit too much chip damage. So he gets a pain split on Lucas trying to double in Nidoking. Lucas loves the sub Nidoking. I've never been a fan of sub Nidoking, but he likes it and it seems to work well for him. So if Lucas has Flamethrower here, this is... I'm guessing he doesn't have Flamethrower. Oh, he probably has Ice Beam. Okay, so super interesting there. His Sludge Wave does 44% to this Buzzwole. I get the prediction. I totally get the prediction, but like, you just go for the Sludge Wave there. The only thing that's going to be coming in is the Empoleon, and then you just Earth Power again. So, yeah, you just Sludge Wave there. There's no reason to go for an Ice Beam. I mean, yeah, because if you Sludge Wave and like, I just don't know what the Ice Beam is for. Sludge Wave is going to do a decent amount to the Gliscor, it's gonna KO the Sceptile. Realistic, like, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, no. I think you just go for the Sludge Wave there, get the KO, see what comes in, and then you play off of that. But now he's gonna lose his Nidoking, which was a really top threat for this match. I have a hard time seeing how Lucas is gonna bring this back. He's losing a lot of his threats. He lost his Defogger. He's got to slow down on the predictions a bit. He's got to play a little bit safer here. So. Should free U-turn, yeah. Empoleon just so bulky. Gets in the Manectric, but you can see this chip damage is already wearing down this Manectric. You know, he just took a bunch of chip damage off the rocks and the Toxic. Surprisingly, Phil decides to go with the sacking the Buzzwole there, which is fine. That's a great move. Just the way Lucas has been getting his over predictions, especially on that last one, I definitely think that would have been a good time to actually predict the Volt Switch there, since Lucas was going to try and I don't know. Yeah. So Lucas is getting a little bit of momentum here. Yeah, he's forced. Yeah, see, this chip damage is really gonna start adding up here. So I would expect this to be a wall breaker here. U-turn. I don't know how he does this. Because I think... Oh no, Phil, okay, I'm pretty sure Phil did win this game. Yeah, because I can't see a way that Lucas would turn this around. The rocks being up and Toxic on Manectric, and Phil just making really good, safe choices here. And just playing to his defensive options. I just think Lucas doesn't have... Oh... This is one thing I mentioned to Lucas in both his games that he's had, week 1 and week 2. Do not bring physical Greninja. Not this early anyways. Greninja is so good on the special side or the mixed side. Like, I don't even know why you would bring physical here. You just... Ice Beam. Ice Beam, man. You see it. Look, 2 Pokemon you'd KO with Ice Beam. Yeah, so tough match. I'm pretty sure Luke is just going to continue to take this chip here. Yeah, Gengar eventually comes in. Yeah, so Phil sees it there. He's got enough chip on the rest of his Pokemon. Lucas having no normal type, he can just send in Gengar. He also seen that Lucas didn't have any Scarfers. So he could just send in Gengar and just, you know, KO the rest of the team, barring, you know, make sure Greninja's down, and then he can send in Gengar here, right? So as soon as the Greninja goes down, he gets in the Rotom, he Volt Switches into Gengar, I believe. Yeah. So great match by Phil. I mean, getting a 5-0 victory on Lucas here, that's really great showing. He showed that his team has really strong strengths to them. He does have a lot of coupled weaknesses, especially in this match. He had 2 Pokemon times 4 weak to Ice, which Lucas totally should have exploited if he didn't sack his Moltres and take all that chip damage from rocks. But then he's got 2 Pokemon weak to ground. So obviously there's some things that you could exploit on Phil's team here, but he definitely showed that he can make intelligent switches and play around his you know, his checks and his win cons really well here. So that Empoleon, just an absolute wall for Lucas here. He had nothing to deal with it. Mineshaw probably should have came out earlier on that Empoleon, is what I think here, especially if it was a Banded or Life Orb Mineshaw. I can't recall what it was. that should have came in a lot sooner to start wall breaking, because you know, close combat is going to be hitting everything pretty hard, and if the Gengar comes in, you know, you deal with that accordingly. I guess if the Gengar came in, that's still a problem since it's going to get free Shadow Ball chip, but yeah, I don't know. If the Mind Shell was Scarf, that would be good too. Anyways, so our third match here, we have Jace, PKS Blaze, and Richard, so Flames 98765. So Jace just keeps rubbing it in my face that this, you know, Rain's a lot better in draft than I'm giving it credit for. So he won this match, so he's definitely proving it. Richard here, let's see how he does. So he sends out Altaria, sends out Guja first. Yeah, you could just return here. Guja's doesn't got that great of defense, so if Richard did calc that, I mean, that's great play. I think he. So the only thing here is, I believe they speed tied there. Mega Altaria. Yeah, so if that was Jolly Mega Altaria, and that was 252, I will say timid, Guja, then they speed tied. I'd be really interested to know if that Guja was max speed, and I'd be interested to know if the Altaria is max speed, see if that was a speed tie win, because oh yeah, Ice Beam doesn't even fucking kill. Wow, Mega Altaria is so bulky. Jace probably had no option there but to sack the Guja, which really sucks for him. Not a good start here for Jace. Altaria already coming in and wreaking havoc. So he gets free KO. Kartana comes in. Kartana just annoyingly strong. Thankfully, Richard has a really good check for it in Crobat. I'm assuming that would be a defensive Crobat. I'm curious what the Supersonic Sky Strike was for. Because I think if we go up to Richard here. Oh, that was probably for Chestnut. Yeah, definitely for Chestnut. Since Chestnut would wall the shit out of Kartana. But I think Kartana gets Psycho Cut, if I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. Does Kartana get Psycho Cut? No, no. No. Yeah, it does. So Chestnut wouldn't have totally walled it, but yeah, so he getting the Magnet Pull, but getting good chip on the Kartana with the Magnet Pull, which is nice, but at the same time, yeah, the Scarf Magnet Zone. Yeah, so that was great. Great play by Richard there. He's getting good chip on the Kartana so that it can't just outright sweep, since we've seen it sweep before. After this Beast Boost, it's just going absolutely out of control. Ooh, really cool tech there by Richard there. I didn't even know that was something. Jace was obviously aware that that could be something. Heat Wave on Crobat to cover the Kartana. Really great tech there. Here comes the patented Zapdos. Volt switches, gets back into Kartana. Forces. Okay, yeah. So really good here. Richard's got kind of two checks here for the Kartana. I'd say two soft checks, because I wouldn't say they were hard checks for Kartana. Crobat's pretty good check, but you know, banded Kartana is still doing shit ton to Crobat here. But yeah, this check in the Mantine is great. This Mantine's not only going to cover the Swampert really hard, and it's going to help cover the Kartana as well. Yeah, so Leaf Blade's still doing a ton of damage. Okay, so a little bit unsure about the call there. Kartana being kind of an issue for his team, considering it has Sacred Sword for Registeel. It has Smart Strike for the Altaria. Just will do a ton of damage to both Electros and Crobat. I definitely think the play there is just get rid of it. Go for the safe play, because if he goes into Zapdos, I mean, you Scald the Zapdos, takes a little bit of damage. It was already at 76, so he, you know, chances are Jace would have just roosted. But I can see why you want the Toxic. I mean, I understand it, but I think getting rid of the Kartana would have been really, really smart there, so... Yeah, so he's got to play around the Zapdos again now. Got to kind of, you know, dance around this a bit. Finally gets in the Altaria again. Altaria gets static, which really sucks because now he can just roost up. Yeah, he can roost up and hope there's a hope there's a paralysis right there. Now Zapdos full health, full health. This is in Jace's favor now. Hurricane did a crap ton of damage here. Holy crap! I would have pooped my pants if I was Richard here. Oh, he has Heal Bell. Really, really great play by Richard there. Great tech. Gets in the Electros. The Electros takes a crap ton of damage from Hurricane too. This can't be a vested Electros. No way. Unless this is like a lot of special attack Zapdos. Even then, I don't think this is vested. It can't be. Yeah, this is not vested. Oh, what? Ooh, sub coil. Drain punch? That would have been a great... If that Kartana had more health now, that would have been actually more helpful. But he's got 52% health on the Kartana, or on the Electros here. Yeah, this water... Oh, Surf. Shit. This is special attacking Swampert. I wonder why special attacking, though. I think Jay said special attacking Swampert for the Chestnut. Right. But physical Swampert does so good in this match. Earthquake. Earthquake. Yeah, just Mantine being an absolute full 100% wall for this Swampert. Definitely Richard needs to keep this Mantine alive for Swampert. So I imagine there's a switch out here, yeah, into Registeel. God, that's doing so much damage. That has to have more special attack invested into it. So he gets in the Swampert again off the Volt Switch. Yeah, just Mantine being an absolute wall. So now's the time to Toxic. Yeah. Yeah, great move. But yeah, this is going to be tough here for Richard because Jace is able to get the momentum off the Zapdos since the only way for Richard to deal with Zapdos now is to get this Altaria and roost up and try and take it out with, you know, 2 returns here. So, ooh, Fire Blast Clefable. Man, see, that's crazy. The Fire Blast from, sorry, I yelled. The Fire Blast did 41, okay? And the Volt Switch from Zapdos on Registeel did 20. I know that's half, but like... that's a lot. Oh, lives with 1. Oh, that really sucks for Richard. Thankfully, the Altaria eats that Thunderbolt. Yeah, he has to return there because the Clefable could just Moonblast and kill the Altaria. I think right here, though, Altaria can totally just roost up. I think he could just set up right in his face. But yeah, he gets to confuse. This is really unfortunate that he gets confused, because that was totally a win condition right there for him. If he didn't get the confuse, I mean, he could just roost up. So again, yep, Scotty or Jace just getting in the Zapdos and just doing so much work with it. Zapdos, I'm for sure has the most damage in this match right now. Yeah, so Richard's really trying to force the option here and getting Altaria in and setting up. So Jace goes for the... Okay. This has to have Ice Punch. Flip turn. This has to be a setup. Dragon Dance, right? Okay. Right there. In Richard's position, I mean, you just Dragon Dance there. I think that was how the turns worked there, I think. Yeah, so he roosted. Pelipper U-turned. They were both in front of each other. Richard was staying in. Okay, so Richard's staying in. He's made the decision to stay in on this Swampert. Mega Swampert. So he's made the decision to stay in on Mega Swampert. Ice Punch doesn't KO Altaria at the HP that he was at. 66. Oh, it might. It has a chance. And Return does not one-hit KO. So if Return doesn't one-hit KO, and you don't have anything else to take out this Swampert really except Toxic on Mantine, but Mantine can't deal with Zapdos, you need to Dragon Dance right here. Especially if you calced. So he goes for the flip turn. If he Dragon Danced there, I mean, yeah, I guess he would have been able to get chip on the Zapdos, but like he would have been able to KO the Zapdos if he had Dragon Dance. And then he would have been able to, yeah, no. Oh, Richard was so close here. So now he's got the Altaria back at full health. Zapdos is, oh, okay. So Jace is really trying to be like, Richard, switch out. I have Ice Punch. Like, don't stay in again. That's what I'm seeing from Jace here. He's really trying to threaten that he has Ice Punch. He goes for the flip turn again. Richard setting up this time, calling his bluff, I'm assuming. I'm not sure what that last slot is, though. So he goes for a double dance here. Okay, so... I just want to see. I think the double dance was a little bit greedy, but... Return to 39 to Pelipper. He has 61. Okay, yeah, so +1. Oh. I feel like Richard hadn't been calking, because if he was calking, he would have just seen one Dragon Dance would have been enough. Yeah, he gets confused again. Super unlucky. Yeah, right there, I guess roosting's a fine option. I think he just needs to start attacking though. Yeah, and Hurricane just fucking, yeah, just does so much damage. 120 base. Yeah, so a little bit of a lost cause now. Zapdos is just going to be able to, you know, deal with both these Pokemon really effectively, so... Mantine having Hurricane is really cool. But yeah, like I said, Zapdos is going to be able to come in. Even Toxic here is going to be able to deal with both these. ×4 on Mantine. Yeah. Really close match here for Richard. I think he just made maybe 1 to 2, not even mistakes, just like decisions that could have been a little bit better. There was 2 times where he could have made decisions that were going to be better. The double dance and the Toxic, which was it? Yeah, was it the Toxic? No. it was 2 plays with the Altaria, but really close match, super tough for both of them. I'd really be interested to know what that 4th move was, because Jace was really threatening like it was Ice Punch. I think Swampert gets Ice Beam too, so I'm very interested to know if he even had it, because he never used it. So yeah, let me know if that's what the 4th move slot was, Ice Punch or Ice Beam, or something else. I'm very curious to know what it was. But yeah, moving on to the next match. Sorry guys, had to take a little bit of a break there. Started to get a migraine, so but yeah, we're back here. I believe the last match we did was Jason Richard, but now we're going to be doing Blade, Trainer Willie, and Norman Yegsinogams. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But yeah, so let's see how this does. I think Orbital's a totally fine lead, since it's actually, I think it's faster than most of this team except for Tornadus and Keldeo here. So I think the Orbital's a good lead by Blade here, and then of course I think the Tornadus is just a really phenomenal lead for Norman here. Just, I mean, it could have it can cover everything really. So he leads the Sandaconda. I mean, Sandaconda's okay because it's got Glare, but yeah, okay. Norman's at least mixing up his movesets, which is really great. So he's brought a Screens Gardevoir with Magic Coat. Unfortunately, the rocks still go up, but he at least gets rocks on the other side, which is great. Gets in Keldeo behind Reflect. Keldeo with Heat Rock. And Taunt. Norman doing a really good job of bringing and mixing up his sets here. Sunny Day Keldeo, Future Sight Orbeetle. Oh boy. Oh, he gets hit with a crit. I want to see if that mattered. I mean, I'm sure it mattered, but Hoopa. Oh, that 100% mattered. Wow, that really sucks for Norman. Holy. So yeah, this was a match. This was the match of the week for me. I just feel like, knowing where Blade comes from in terms of skill and experience, I think this was a really huge win for him. And I think this is a little bit of a showing that despite Norman mixing up his sets really well, I think that he could probably make a couple trades to broaden his team a bit. That crit was really huge. I think that really sucked. But again, yeah, so not okay. This is one of my big pet peeves with Pokemon Showdown. They don't have a god dang timer for Future Sight, and I think it's so stupid. Everything else is listed on the top there, but Future Sight. And this happens to me, and I guarantee you this happens to a lot of other people too. They forget about the Future Sight because it's not listed anywhere. And then things like that happen, where he forgets about it, and then he gets O-code by the Future Sight. So he loses his Mega Venusaur. Turtonator comes in. Turtonator sets up a trap. I think that's the shell trap or whatever. Very interesting set. Classic to Blade though. Sandaconda comes back in. I think you should go for a Glare here. Yeah. Really good call. Blade's doing a really good job of just like dismantling Norman's team here. Oh, that's really cool that he traced the Shed Skin and then he got the Shed Skin on the Paralysis, allowing him to go first over the Sandaconda and get the KO. Yeah, so like I said, Blade's just in total control in my opinion right now. Now, Norman keeps getting these screens up, but I just feel like he's not able to get anything off of them in time for them to be useful. I don't know if the Gardevoir had light clay or not, but a knockoff. Okay, that is really, really, really bad for Norman, getting that Tailwind off. Super clutch by Blade. But Norman is still behind 3 more turns of screens. 2 more turns of light screen. So that'll fiddle out the Tailwind here. But yeah, Blade's setting up screens since he's got the time and the Tailwind right now. He did get the light clay reflect off. Another Future Sight, and now that Norman has no Dark type, this Future Sight is gonna blast somebody. A flip turn. Yeah, I don't know if I like the flip turn too much there. I think he should have just like I think he should have. Oh, did he have another move? If he had another move, I definitely think he should have just attacked there. Or beat only at 6%. Yes, he's behind a reflect and he's bulky, but the Tailwind's up, so he's slower. Wait, I think he went first. Oh, Keldeo's got tons of health though. The Future Sight goes in. Yeah, no, I would have stayed in there because Future Sight still wouldn't have went off on his next turn. And then it would have stopped him from sending Blastoise in because Keldeo could have taunted. But now he's got to come in first. He sends in Landorus. This is a free Blastoise switch, especially with the Reflect up. Yeah. So he explodes, which is really great, except the Reflect is up. And he gets a Shell Smash up. White Herb. And that's... I mean, he gets the Toxic off, so he's like... So that's good. And he dealt with the Blastoise, just barely dealt with that Blastoise. But Duraludon sitting in the back with full health. Nasty plot. Wait, what did he? I think he air slashed here. Yeah, this was the match where I was curious what his other moves were, and I don't think Norman replied to me. But if it was Heat Wave, I feel like Heat Wave would have killed. Tornadus, nasty. Duraludon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Heat Wave would have annihilated him. Hurricane would have annihilated him. I think Focus Blast would kill too. Yeah. So I don't know if that was a case of Norman not calking and just thinking Air Slash would KO, but super close call for Norman here. I mean, I'd be curious to know if it was because he wasn't calking in that last situation there, but I do think this is a really this is a good a great showing by Blade and a good lesson for Norman. I think he did well, but with a team that's like super OU like that, you'd think that this match shouldn't be close, but this comes down to not being able to have a lot of variety in your Pokemon, right? Yes, you can mix up your movesets all you want, but you still have 8 Pokemon, I think is what it is he has. And those 8 Pokemon are always going to have the same type, so you know your opponent's going to be able to build the same, you know what I mean? I definitely think you have room to make a couple trades in there that would broaden your team a bit. I've yet to see the Hoopa work. I don't know if I'm just being biased on my personal experience with Hoopa, but I found U-Turn way too spammable. Signal Beam just splashed onto every single Pokemon. I think you could probably get away with trading Hoopa into other things that would wall break easier. Just because that times 4 bug weakness is just so hard, in my opinion, to get away from. So yes, he did get a crit this match on a Hoopa where it, that crit mattered, but at the same time, it's like we're 2 games in. Hoopa, I don't think Hoopa has a kill. Hoopa has 5 kills. I'm completely wrong. When did Hoopa get 5 kills? Oh, we gave Hoopa 5 kills. Yeah, that's right. I think Hoopa only has 1 actual kill. But yeah, like I said, there's tons of other things in here. Hoopa being kind of expensive on the tier list, so well, not expensive, but where are you, Hoopa? Where the heck is Hoopa? Sorry guys, I just wanna. Okay, what? Sorry, I'm going in a frenzy now. I need to find where Hoopa is. Could have sworn it was in this area. Oh, Hoopa. So Hoopa being 15. So you have Terrakion available, which is a better wall breaker in my opinion, just because that rock fighting is really great coverage. So I'm just going off like the Pokemon that are wall breakers. I'm not like generally trying to match it up to your team, but you have Blacephalon, you have Mamoswine, you have Bulu, you have Conkeldurr, you have Primarina, you have Obstagoon if you wanted another dark type, Chandelure, Bisharp, Heracross, Porygon Z, Electricity. Sure, they're not as strong and physical or special like Hoopa, but you can spread out your team a lot more. I mean, Jesus, you can go all the way down here and find a wall breaker if you wanted to. You got Golisopod, Golurk's taken, but Golurk's all the way down here. You got Drampa. Drampa's a really good wall breaker actually, especially in draft. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. I mean, Aggron's at 4 points, and Aggron head smash Rockhead, just it's you can spread out your team, and I think now might be the time after these couple weeks here, just to make maybe one trade. Not sure how you feel about it. That's what I think, anyways. But yeah, moving on to the next matches here, we have John, RK Bro, and Hasin. Are you sure it's 6 million? So okay, this is kind of a quick match. John just has a coupled weaknesses here. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 four fire weaknesses and 1, 2, 3 earthquake weaknesses. I think that's a bit too much. And then with Hasin having Ninetales here, it's just it's gonna be a really tough match. I find it really hard to believe that John will be able to get a win with so many coupled weaknesses. John, if you want any help or advice or anything like that, always feel free to ask. I'm totally open to helping, because I think you have some really good options on your team. You just need to get rid of these coupled weaknesses that you have, because having these 4 fire weaknesses is just, you're opening yourself to people bringing sun, people just putting on flamethrower, things like that. So yeah, a fairly quick match. I think it was Richard. Like he said, there's no reason Hasin shouldn't win this. Just one setup boost with Charizard X should sweep a whole team. Even Flare Blitz he ends up losing the Charizard here to the Necrozma with Prismatic Laser, which was crazy. But yeah, Indeedee just comes in and cleans up, really, right? Just a really easy cleanup for Indeedee. Psychic Terrain being up, not allowing Scissor to Bullet Punch, so Indeedee getting that Mystical Fire off, just, you know, solid match by Hasin. He definitely knew what he wanted to do. I definitely don't think he wanted to lose any Pokemon there, but still a 5-0 victory is great. Like I said, John, please feel free to ask me if you want. I'm totally open to help out and, you know, make your team a little bit more reliable, maybe. This was another match that I really wanted to put in Match of the Week. Me and Matt talked about his team a little bit, and Matt went a little bit more conventional this time, and I think this really helped him out. He so close to coming to a win here. He played so well. Just that freeze on Bronzong really hurt. Bronzong was really important for Matt in this match because it was able to deal with Kyurem a little bit, and it was able to deal with Lopunny. So I think the idea was to put Rocky Helmet on Bronzong so it could deal with Lopunny and then, you know, deter Lopunny from coming in and then use it to be able to deal with Kyurem at the same time. So he gets in the Latias here. Latias is pretty threatening to this team just because Psyshock and Draco Meteor. But the Moonblast from Florges is going to force it out. Unfortunately, since Araquanid is so low, he's now forced to have Bronzong be a Florges check as well. That Latias surviving Moonblast is crazy. If there was no burn, this Latias could easily take this Florges. And that's kind of what the set was built for, you know. Having that Toxic, it would really threaten the Florges. It would force Jayme to kind of show his hand in what this Florges is, because I was explaining that Florges, you know, is a 4-move or a 4-move Syndrome Pokemon. Like, Florges is a Pokemon that would like 5 moves because you're always torn between these 5 moves: Wish, Moonblast, Synthesis, Heal Bell, Protect, and Defog. You're always choosing between those, and once you figure out what the Florges set is, it's so easy to play around the Florges. So Matt did an awesome job getting this Toxic off, knowing that his Latias is able to survive a Moonblast. Had this Latias not had Roost, this would have been an easy KO on the Florges for Matt here. But this burn chip is just adding up for Matt here. So he ends up going for the Psyshock here, and he kind of gets punished for it because this is a defensive Florges. He doesn't KO the Florges, and the Florges KOs back. Definitely think just recovering and just waiting out the Toxic is the play there, because either Jayme's going to be forced to switch, or Matt's going to be... Jayme's forced to switch, or Matt's going to get the KO on Florges. So, yeah, sorry, quickly before I get too far ahead, I didn't introduce. Matt is Electric Ratman, and Jayme is Ginger Gaming 17. Sorry, I was just super excited to talk about this match. It was one of my favorite ones this week. But yeah, he ends up getting punished with the Florges punish there, so they go 1 for 1. He gets out of Araquanid again. This is going to be a tactical sack here, hopefully. Kyurem just an absolute problem with heavy duty boots. Having the Stealth Rock and the webs up, just and not being able to affect the Kyurem, really shitty for Matt. But Matt's gonna be able to play around it a little bit here. So Jayme doing a good job of keeping Kyurem as a threat and getting it in and out when it needs to be. The Toxic on Slowbro, really important as well though. Yeah, so unfortunately, Bronzong is like the check to everything in this match right now. So there's just a little bit too much weight on the Bronzong. I think in this circumstance, Matt kind of needs to turn the pace a bit and probably play a little bit more offensive, so he's not taking too much more chip on Bronzong, since he kind of needs it to this Lopunny that's sitting in the back. Gets the teleport off, gets the Kyurem back in for free. Kyurem again not taking a chip because that heavy duty boots. Just so threatening. He's utilizing Kyurem so well. This is just really masterful play by Jayme with the Kyurem here. He definitely knows what his win con is, and the Kyurem is just the heavy duty boots. It's able to come in and do whatever it needs. He's able to switch out reliably into the Slowbro with Regenerator, right? So yeah, that sticky web just coming in clutch for Matt here. He's able to clean up this for Alligator on the switch. But then this is a part where I guess I just haven't seen Ditto in a long time, but I totally thought Ditto still gets affected by the sticky web. I knew it copied your Pokemon and you know that, but like I didn't really realize that it's not affected by anything that your Pokemon isn't affected by. So I thought that was I think that's a little bit of a weird interaction, since sticky web is literally on your side of the field. I think had the sticky web been there, this would have been a really tough match for Jayme. Tougher than it already was. So yeah, he obviously scarfed, I think. I said obviously and then I think. I'm pretty sure that's scarf. That's usually how Ditto's played. But yeah, he obviously leaves the Diancie in. He doesn't really have a good switch for it. I think he should have just sacked the Phantom here. Probably. Since Toxic was on Slowbro, I think he could have dealt with it between these two. Sacked the Phantom and then sent in Barraskewda, forced the Ditto out. I think still in that situation, Jayme's able to win like 90% of the time, just because the Ditto is unaffected by the webs and the Kyurem's unaffected by the webs. I mean, Diancie able to outspeed the Kyurem, but the Ditto being unaffected by the webs really sucks, because he's able to Diancie the Diancie. So yeah, right here he's just able to just switch into Slowbro for free, fully cover this Barraskewda. Now that Toxic is really useful, but it would have been able to give him 2 KO. Gets a teleport in, gets the Kyurem. Yeah, just the teleport into the heavy duty boots Kyurem. Just like I said, guys, masterful play by Jayme. Super close for Matt here. Like he's on the right track with his team. He's definitely getting a good feel for his team now. I think if he continues this type of pace and building in his team, he's definitely gonna scoop up a couple wins this season. But yeah, Jayme's just gonna play around the Slowbro and the Kyurem, and he's gonna end up getting the match in his favor. So again, really great comeback for Jayme, considering everybody was so shocked on week 1. I don't know about everybody. I was totally shocked that it was just such a match in Scotty's favor, or Richard's favor. But yeah, great win by Jayme. And next we have Siraj versus Jeremy. So Siraj Dam, and then Jeremy being all fired up. So like I said, Jeremy's team wants to get those webs off. Galvantula's generally going to be a lead most of the time. Super hard team to slow down if you're not prepared. Yeah, this play surprised me. And when I seen this, I was like, oh shit. This was awesome. I did not expect this at all. This is what's cool about Siraj. He's got all these little cool tech moves, and I think he's super... Siraj is built for drafted, I think. I think he's just got to switch his mindset from a doubles player to a singles player a little bit. But yeah, Jeremy gets in this Mimikyu, uses Z-Splash, which I never knew about. Gives him times 2.5 attack here. He's going to be able to crush the rest of the team now with this Mimikyu. Mimikyu actually goes down. The Sash Braviary coming in clutch here. And then, yeah, he's being outsped by the Shaman. Shaman able to get the Air Slash KO. But, I mean, his team is already, 2 down. Shaman's kind of got 40% chip on it. This is an easy webs or bug buzz for Galvantula here. Just putting the momentum again in Jeremy's favor. Jeremy still has... Urshifu left, which is he's got two dark Pokemon left, so and he's got Alcremie, but then he's got Galarian Slowking. So just a match that really already looks in Jeremy's favor. Siraj started off so well. Just that Z Splash, I think, caught him off guard. Totally caught me off guard. Super, super cool tech by Jayme there. A little bit confused about the bulk up there. He must have calced that. Must have. Because I think that's the only way that I'd be staying in on a Alcremie as a Urshifu is calking that. Yeah, and the Surging Strikes, the crits are just going to be... Yeah, the crits just wall break the Cresselia. He ends up just wall breaking the Cresselia down too much. And then, you know, Jeremy's able to just basically chip down both these Pokemon and just wear them down. A really slow, painful death for Siraj at the end here, but really close. Like, this is what I said with Jeremy's team. It's either going to be like, you know, a 6-0 or it's going to be like this, where the opponent could potentially win, or, you know, or Jeremy's getting these, like, you know, 1-0 wins here, 1-2-0 wins. So yeah, I think Siraj had the right idea in the beginning. I just feel like, you know, that double Psychic there, just a couple Mons wanting to do the same thing. I feel like he just needed a little bit more of a plan there, but again, this is really close. Like, this is what I mean with Jeremy's team. Like, Siraj had the right idea by having offense, right? I just think the Oranguru and Cresselia, I wasn't sure quite what they wanted to do. The trick on Oranguru is kind of good, maybe to get that Galarian Slowking. But yeah, overall good match. I'm really curious to see how Jeremy's team turns out the rest of the season. It's so hard to consistently win with hyper offense, since it's, you know, I don't want to say one-dimensional, because, like, don't get me wrong, like, hyper offense is hard to play. You got to be good to do good with hyper offense. But it's, you know, it's one-dimensional in the sense, like, you know, Jeremy's always going to want to come and attack. Like, he's not going to have, like, these out of the world sets. I mean, Z Splash was pretty crazy, but, like, he's not gonna have these, you know, like, really funky sets, like, you know, like, for example, the Gardevoir that Norman had, you know, with the Reflect, with the Magic Bounce, or Magic Coat. Like, he's not gonna really have sets like that. His sets are generally gonna be involved in attacking, right? So, but yeah, on to our second last match here, or sorry, my bad, our last match. So yeah, so I talked to Jarrod a lot about this matchup and just a lot of his matches, and stuff in general. His team is a lot like Jeremy's, but, like, I think his team really actually needs to mix it up a little bit more, because you're gonna get players like Steven Zandora here and Jarrod Fallen Warrior. You're gonna get players like Steven here who are gonna be able to feel out your team, scout out your team, and then they're gonna be able to effectively play around it. So you're gonna see that in this match here. Jarrod's gonna, you know, really just, you know, he's gonna do what his team wants to do. I just think there should be a more methodical way around it, but yeah. So this was one of the things that I was kind of mentioning to everybody here. Nobody is really understanding how bulky Hitmonchan is with Assault Vest and Drain Punch. This Mon with Assault Vest literally is like, it's like a wall that like hits you with a fucking train back. Like, when I versed this in the draft before, I was like super annoyed with it. It just it ate everything, and this is what you're gonna see it do here. Yep. So this is something that I mentioned to a lot of new players in draft. It's not like ladder. You can't just attack. You gotta calc. You gotta look at your opponent's Pokemon's moves. I almost want to say 70% of the match is your prep and your what do you call it? yeah, I guess just prep in general. You know, the way that you build your team and the moves that you put on it. Prep and research is what I wanted to say. 70% of your match is prep and research. If you're not prepping and researching, you know, and you're just, you know, throwing on a bunch of attacks and you're just attacking, it's only going to take you so far. You're going to get players like Steven here who, you know, clearly know what they're wanting to do in draft, and they've prepped and researched your team. You can see that by the Earthquake on Hitmonchan. Not a normal move on Hitmonchan, but he ran Earthquake because it hits Jolteon, it hits Infernape, it hits Mawile. It's just a very smart research piece of prep that Steven did. So, yeah, this is something that Jarrod didn't do because, you know, he Thunderbolted, and if his Hidden Power Ice did 10%, his Thunderbolt isn't going to KO. So at that point, you'd be researching to see if Hitmonchan learns anything, and if it's worth to get chip on it. Now, Jarrod losing Jolteon here, really not that great. Jolteon is Suicune's hard check here, Talonflame's hard check, and the Quick Feet Jolteon is the only thing that's going to be able to outspeed this, what I'm assuming is Scarfed Lele here. I don't really see any other Pokemon on this team being Scarfed. Maybe the Zarude, but the Zarude's got 339 speed. If anything, the Zarude's going to be banded, since, you know, he can really just kind of click U-turn with the band, right? But yeah, I was thinking the Lele was Scarfed right away as soon as I seen this team here. But yeah, losing the Jolteon, you know, this Jolteon being able to, in my opinion, this was a win con for Jarrod. Making sure that Suicune doesn't get too out of control, making sure Lele isn't coming and, you know, outspeeding for free, and then just a quick Talonflame check without Gale Wings, right? So then he sends in the Volcarona. Again, this is another... Sorry, I don't want this to seem like I am, you know, jumping down Jarrod's throat right now. Just like, this is classic new draft stuff, like new to draft things that are going on. He sends in Volcarona here, doesn't realize that Hitmonchan can learn Rock Slide, or I think Stone Edge as well, but I know Rock Slide for sure. This comes down to prep and research. So he sends out the Volcarona, he Quiver Dances, he gets hit by Rock Slide, it almost kills. So this is a fully defensive, HP invested Volcarona. Steven realizes that, obviously, probably, considering it survived. And then I guess the play here, from what I'm thinking, is, you know, Jarrod thought the Hitmonchan would switch out in fear of Psychic. So I agree with the prediction. It might have been something that I even would have done myself, but losing Jolteon already, you kind of just need to click Psychic. If Zarude comes in, you have a ×4 Bug Buzz. The only thing that would suck is if the Zarude came in and it was Scarfed, then it would be able to KO you. But at this point, I think you need to take that risk. Goes for the Bug Buzz, though. Does absolutely nothing to the Hitmonchan. The Hitmonchan is just going to be able to Rock Slide again. Get another free KO on Jarrod's team. Jarrod sending in the Dragonite now. Dragonite being a setup Dragonite here. I think he ran Weakness Policy. Was it last week or is it this week? So again, Rock Slide covering. Yeah, so he has Earthquake and Rock Slide. Rock Slide covering Dragonite and Volcarona. So just really, really good prep here by Steven so far. Yeah, so this is Weakness Policy. Now this is really scary. Steven made all the right plays here. Just Weakness Policy Dragonite is absolutely menace. So Dual Wing Beat's going to be enough to KO the Hitmonchan in here. But then this is where I'm thinking Scarf Lele was coming in, because Scarf Lele is going to outspeed a 1x Dragonite, Dragon Dance, and a 1x Volcarona as well. If he had anything to deal with Volcarona, which I would assume would be Hidden Power Rock. But yeah, the the Lele is going to come in here. He's not going to be able to extreme speed. Just going to Moonblast, and since the Dragonite was chipped and multi-scale was down, that Moonblast is for sure going to KO. So yeah, so right there you see that it's some sort of choice locked because he switched out. Generally he would have wanted to Psychic or Energy Ball there. So switches in Jarrod, goes for the Earthquake. So at this play here, Shoghi did the same thing. At this point, he has Jarrod. Okay, you got to think that might be coming in. So the more optimal play is Stealth Rocks. Okay, Shoghi did the same thing and he set up Toxic on one Mon rather than Stealth Rocks or all the Mons. So Stealth Rock would have allowed you to see if Talonflame was heavy duty boots, and if so, this would have helped you chip down the rest of Steven's team so that Mega Mawile could come in and sweep, right? The Mega Mawile finally makes its entrance, gets the Intimidate off. Thankfully, Jarrod's got Intimidate this time. So this was one of the things that I mentioned to Jarrod. Before Mega Mawile does anything, Talonflame kind of needs to be eliminated from the match for this exact reason. Will-O-Wisp Talonflame is super, super viable this match, since it's going to be able to Will-O-Wisp Dragonite, Will-O-Wisp Mawile, Will-O-Wisp Swampert. And I think Jarrod has a couple more Mons here. Yeah, Will-O-Wisp Crawdaunt. You know, even Will-O-Wisp the Ferrothorn, right? And like I said, you guys, Talonflame, especially defensive Talonflame with Will-O-Wisp and Bulk Up, was a really viable set in Sun and Moon. You know, Talonflame only dropped out of meta because of Gale Wing's nerf, but Talonflame was a menace with that set. It was super, super hard to break. And with heavy duty boots, in my opinion, yeah, the Gale Wing's nerf really hurts it, but it got heavy duty boots, so it almost brings it back, right? Anyways, goes for the Will-O-Wisp. It does burn the Swampert. Jarrod has no heal ball on his team. Suicune comes in. He gets a phenomenal Toxic on the Suicune there. This is really good. Now, if this is a rest Suicune, the Toxic doesn't matter too much. It just forces Steven to play a little bit more passive. But yeah, it gets the rocks, which I think is great. This could still go in his favor. I mean, Mega Mawile, you guys know it can sweep a whole team. And he's got the rocks up now, so it can definitely break all the sashes. The only thing is Talonflame with heavy duty boots. The Will-O-Wisp is gonna beat the Sucker Punch. It's gonna outspeed, and then he's not gonna be able to KO because he's gonna be burned. So the Mega Mawile comes in. So this play here, Talonflame's still in. Okay. Setting up Swords Dance right now, not the play. Right now, you just need to attack and hope that he's going to send in Talonflame as a Mon to try and check it. So let's go to Mega Mawile. Okay. We're going to go to Talonflame. We're going to go Defensive Utility. Okay. So this is a fully invested HP. Now, if this is fully defensive, okay, we'll just do fully defensive, just in case. So you always got to worry about Flame Body too, which really sucks. But Jarrod kind of has to take that risk. The Swords Dance risk, no though, because what happens is you know, he Swords Dances, the Talonflame comes in for free. Blade System if that I wanted to. Talonflame comes in for free and just Will-O-Wisps you, okay? So, but if you attack, you get 34 to 40% on the Talonflame. And if you knock off its heavy duty boots. So even a +2 Mega Mawile that's burned will not be able to hit KO Talonflame. Now the knockoff looks like a 2-hit KO, but the thing is there, he's going to knock off the item and then it's not going to be a 2-hit KO. But yeah, so a Flare Blitz does 68 to 80% to the Mega Mawile. And like I was saying, Talonflame needs to be KO'd before Mega Mawile actually makes its sweep, right? And anyways, it's more in Jarrod's flavor to get a little bit more chip on every other Pokemon here, and not just go for broke with the Mega Mawile right now. So he goes for the sub. Smart play by Steven here. He's just wasting time. He obviously knows that Talonflame is going to be able to deal with this Mega Mawile. He's getting some chip on it, right? Because now the Mega Mawile's in KO range for the Talonflame, depending on what set it is, right? So this is Iron Head, Sucker Punch, and Play Rough. So he's got no knockoff. So does Iron Head. But you're not burning this. So yeah, plus the iron. Yeah. Okay. So Talonflame comes in. We see right away that's heavy duty boots, and the scenario that I played out in my head. It beats out the Sucker Punch. He Will-O-Wisps. And Jarrod doesn't really, he's kind of in a tough spot. I think you just switch there into Swampert, because Swampert's already burned. You would be able to flip turn, get some more chip. You would get a slow flip turn. So, not sure why you would attack on a mon that is almost 100% counter to Mega Mawile here. But yeah, he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Jace, Jarrod goes for the Sucker Punch. The Sucker Punch doesn't work because the Will-O-Wisp comes out, right? Now he's burned. Jarrod's chances are really, really whittling away here. And like I said, the Flare Blitz was in KO range. So Swampert comes in now, goes for the flip turn, I think. Yeah. Burnout comes in. Yeah, I don't know what the sub attackers. Okay, sub setup. I like sub setup. Okay, we're on the right track here. But I think this is still faster. Ooh, Mach Punch. Yeah. I liked the sub setup there. That was a really neat tech. But yeah, Steven's just gonna be able to play it out and get the 3-0 win for his first match in the draft here and his first win. But yeah, guys, this for Jarrod, this comes down to prep and research. I think that's what he needs to do more of in his matches. And then Steven, just a great showing of bringing a really well-balanced team here. Definitely balance. Bulky offense, actually, is maybe what I'd say. Since, Hitmonchan was a spinner. Suikun's Suedo offense, and Talonflame is, in my opinion, whether it's a supporting set or attacking set, it's just offensive. The Gale Wings, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, it all hurts. So a great showing by Steven in his first draft week. He just brought a really, really phenomenal built team. I'm still weary about the Jarrod. I'm curious to see how it works, that ×4 bug weakness. But yeah, guys, the Hitmonchan. Watch out for the Hitmonchan, okay? You guys don't believe me about the Hitmonchan? Wait till you choice specs hit it with something that you think is going to do a lot of damage, and then it doesn't do a lot of damage. And he drain punches your bum, and he gets all that health back, and he's doing a huge amount of chip to use. So, not to mention he's got rapid spin. So, yeah, he's a really solid week of matches here. But we're gonna go to the standings. So Jace sitting on top with his differential at 7, Jayme right behind him at 7, Scotty following at 5, Blade down at 4th. Very awesome showing for Blade here with his differential at 4. Hasin tied in differential with Blade, but he's 1-1. So those are our top 5 players right now. Richard very close to breaking that top 5. I'm sure we'll see some pretty big shakeups in the week 3. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this draft, and I hope some of you are watching the videos and enjoying them as much as I enjoy doing them for you guys. yeah, like always, I'll leave the links below for you guys to follow the draft if you're the one following, and yeah, we'll see you guys on week 3.